I've been thinking a little bit about good news and bad news. I'll tell you a little story. Back when my wife and I were first dating, she left South Carolina where we were living to spend some time with her parents. And so we called each other about every night to talk, as young lovers will do. And one night she said, "You get anything in the mail?" And I said, "Oh no, I haven't been to the mailbox in a few days." Because I had an aversion to mailboxes in those days. And I'll explain why later. But she said, "Well, go see what's in the mailbox. See if you got something." So I went out to the mailbox, and lo and behold, there's a box of homemade brownies in the mailbox. And they've been there for several days by this time because I didn't get the mail once a week probably. Uh, didn't get that much mail, and what was there was usually bad news. And that's why I had an aversion to mailboxes. But these brownies were in the mailbox long enough, and it was summertime. They were wrapped really well, packaged well. Wasn't nothing wrong with the way she packaged these brownies that she made for me, but they were hard. Now, I soaked them in some milk and enjoyed those brownies. But my attitude towards my mailbox diminished the value and the quality of those brownies. And that happens to us a lot if we don't have the right attitude towards things in our lives. I, there's a lot of us that have aversions to mailboxes, bank statements, bathroom scales, maybe some other stuff, because they often have bad news, or at least for some of us. Mailbox is full of bills. The bathroom scale gives me numbers I don't like. The bank statement, same thing. Numbers I don't like sometimes. For some of us. But you know what? That mailbox sometimes has checks in it, letters from friends. Good news is in the mailbox sometimes. The bathroom scale, it's not bad news when the numbers aren't what you want. It's the truth. And it tells you where you're at. That's a good thing. The bank statement tells you where you're at. That's a good thing to know what the truth is. The truth shall set you free. So it's all in how you look at it. Truthfully, yesterday afternoon about 1:30, I thought I was fixing to be off scot-free, going to have a good afternoon, get off a little bit early. And oh boy, did it go to pot. In the space of 3 hours, I got 4 items of bad news. Or at least they felt like bad news. Ended up not getting home till 9 o'clock last night because of those, not really phone calls, but text messages and emails. But it's okay. It's okay. All of it was okay. There was beauty and opportunity and good news in every one of those situations. So I could have moped around. I did a little while, to be honest. I was very tempted to be very upset because of the things that happened. But I chose not to because I've been thinking about this. Good news and bad news, and I can be grateful. Rejoice in everything. Rejoice all the time, whatever that Bible verse is. In everything, give thanks. It's truth. So let me encourage you in the midst of terrible things that happen to you sometimes. Find a way to give thanks. Look for gratitude. And you will find joy in the bad things, in the midst of the bad things. The bad things aren't really joyful, but joy is there. Interesting thing, we're reading through Job right now, and That is in the book of Job too. You think you got it bad? Read what happened to Job. Some of you might have it worse than Job, but it'd be tough. Not many of us. Find the joy. Have a good weekend.